What if you finally understood that the universe has never gone silent on you? Not for a single breath, not for a single thought. Every emotion you felt, every idea you've entertained, every vibration you've radiated has been a message, a living conversation between your energy and existence itself. The universe isn't some faraway power sitting on a throne judging what you deserve. It is a living field of consciousness, intelligent, responsive, and precise, forever mirroring the signal you transmit through your state of being. Think about this. You wake up one morning and everything feels off. Your mind is restless, your heart heavy, and the world seems to mirror that chaos right back at you. People are impatient, things don't flow, and even small tasks feel impossible. But then another day you wake up differently. You take a breath, feel gratitude for no reason, and suddenly the world softens. Doors open, people smile, opportunities appear from nowhere. What changed? Not the world, you did. And that shift within you is the very language the universe has always been listening to. Creation doesn't begin someday. It begins now, in this moment. The instant you choose to take full ownership of your energy and align it with what you truly desire to experience. Most people don't realize this. They wake up each morning and slip back into the past, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, replaying the same patterns that have shaped their identity. They're not living consciously, they're living by memory. Their body, trained by years of emotional repetition, runs on autopilot, surviving instead of creating. And so even when they say, "I want change," their energy speaks a different language. They speak words of abundance while their emotions vibrate lack. They affirm love while their heart remains guarded in fear. They visualize success while their frequency hums with self-doubt. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, simply reflects that mixed signal back. So the question isn't, why isn't the universe responding? It's, what signal am I actually sending? Because the universe doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to who you are being. Every thought sends out an electrical pulse. Every emotion emits a magnetic wave. Together, they form your electromagnetic signature, your energetic fingerprint, constantly broadcasting into the quantum field. That's your frequency. That's your power. That's what the universe reads. When your thoughts and emotions align, when your mental electricity and emotional magnetism carry the same message, your energy becomes coherent. It becomes clear, strong, and magnetic. And because energy organizes matter, that coherence begins to organize reality around you. Your life isn't responding to your effort, it's responding to your alignment. So imagine this. You wake up and your first thought is, "I'm tired." Nothing ever changes. That thought instantly emits a signal of resistance and limitation. Your chemistry adjusts to match your emotion, and your body prepares to relive another version of the same day. You scroll your phone, react to the same problems, and reinforce the same identity. Nothing new can enter that vibration because you haven't changed your frequency. But imagine a different morning. Before reaching for your phone, you pause. You breathe deeply. You place your hand on your heart and recall something or someone you deeply appreciate. You breathe into that feeling until it expands within you. You remember that you're alive, that you have another chance to create, to love, to begin again. And suddenly something shifts. Your body moves from survival into creation. Your brain waves slow. Your heart becomes coherent. Your energy expands. You've just changed your vibration. And because energy precedes matter, your day must begin to change as well. That's how creation works. The universe doesn't delay, it reflects. You may not see the evidence immediately, but the reorganization begins the moment your frequency shifts. The quantum field starts to rearrange itself to match your new signal, one of gratitude, wholeness, and alignment. People often ask, how long will it take to see results? But that question itself reveals separation. When you are truly aligned, you're not waiting, you're being. You've already entered the frequency of the reality you desire. Time dissolves because the energy of creation lives in the eternal now. Waiting for something to happen only broadcasts the vibration of waiting. And that's exactly what the universe echoes back. But the moment you become the change, the moment you feel the emotion of your desired future now, you collapse the distance between where you are and where you want to be. You merge with the reality you've imagined, and creation begins instantly. Think of a moment when you felt pure joy, listening to your favorite song, laughing with friends, or watching a sunset that stopped time. In that state, didn't life flow effortlessly? Strangers smiled at you, opportunities appeared, synchronicities aligned as if reality itself was dancing with you. That wasn't coincidence, that was coherence. Your inner world was resonating with the frequency of joy, and the universe reflected it with precision. This is how creation truly works. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So today, not tomorrow, not someday, is your point of power. Right now, in this moment, you have the ability to shift your energy, rewrite your signal, and open yourself to an entirely new version of reality. Because the field isn't waiting on time, it's waiting on you. Now imagine the opposite kind of day, the one that feels heavy. You wake up late, spill your coffee, get stuck in traffic, and the smallest things start to irritate you. It feels like the whole world is working against you, but it isn't. It's mirroring you. You weren't unlucky. You were broadcasting chaos. Your energy field was tangled, and disorder simply reflected back to you. Life wasn't punishing you, it was responding to your vibration. When you truly understand this, something shifts inside you. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start realizing that you are the cause, the origin point of your reality. You are not the effect, you are the signal. The universe is merely the receiver and amplifier of the frequency you emit. And when your signal becomes steady, elevated, and clear, reality has no choice but to match it. From a neuroscientific perspective, every thought you think and every emotion you feel etches a pattern deeper into your brain. Neurons that fire together wire together. Emotional chemistry strengthens the circuit. Over time, that pattern becomes a personality, an identity. But identity is not who you are. It's energy you've rehearsed. If you've memorized fear, scarcity, or doubt, your body wakes up every morning ready to reenact that old story. But the instant you decide to feel differently, to generate a new emotion before external proof appears, you begin rewriting the code of your reality. You start teaching your body what the future feels like before it arrives. And once your body believes, the universe aligns. That's not wishful thinking. That's neuroscience and electromagnetism working in harmony through your intention. Your thoughts are the electrical signal of creation. Your emotions are the magnetic field that draws experience to you. When they unite, you become a living magnet for manifestation, a conscious transmitter broadcasting into the quantum field. And the field always responds. You don't need to know how the rearranging happens. The same intelligence that spins galaxies, orchestrates tides, and beats your heart knows exactly how to bring the right circumstances into alignment. When you trust that intelligence, you dissolve resistance. When resistance dissolves, energy flows. And when energy flows, creation becomes inevitable. That's why the most powerful thing you can do right now is feel your desired reality as though it's already here. Don't wait for proof. Don't wait for the external to give you permission to feel abundant, loved, or free. Generate it from within. Because the moment you do, your brain starts thinking from a higher frequency of mind, and your body begins to live from a higher state of being. From that vibration, you'll start to notice signs, synchronicities, alignments, moments of, "That's strange, I was just imagining that." Those aren't coincidences. They're the first ripples of coherence reorganizing your outer world to match your inner one. The more you stay anchored in gratitude, love, and trust, the faster those ripples crystallize into tangible reality. The universe isn't something outside of you deciding whether to bless you. It is you. It's consciousness mirroring consciousness. It speaks one language only: energy. You don't command it with words. You guide it with vibration. You don't chase creation. You become it. So today, don't focus on doing more. Focus on being more. Notice the energy behind your thoughts. Choose emotions that expand you. Align your inner frequency with the life you wish to live, because this moment, this breath is your point of power. This is where potential becomes form. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Feel gratitude not as a concept, but as a state of being. Feel abundance. Feel love. Feel harmony. Not as a distant future, but as your now. The universe is already listening. The moment you embody the vibration of your desire, it must respond in kind, by law. You are not separate from the field. You are the field, consciousness expressing itself through form. Let this be the day you remember your power, not to chase what you want, but to become it. Because the universe has been listening all along, waiting for you to speak the only language it truly understands, the language of energy, coherence, and love. When you finally realize that the universe doesn't respond to your words, but to your vibration, everything changes. You see that before you speak, before you act, before you even think, you are already communicating with existence. Your energy speaks first. And that signal, your electromagnetic signature, is what the universe always, unfailingly responds to. So align your heart and mind, generate coherence, and watch how effortlessly the field begins to move in your favor. Because when you master your energy, you master your life. Think about how many times you've entered a room and felt the tension hanging in the air before anyone said a word, or how you've met someone whose very presence felt warm, grounded, and magnetic without them needing to speak. That's not intuition by accident. That's energy in motion. You see, your energy speaks long before your words ever do. It's the same silent language the universe understands. And your heart is its most eloquent translator. When you feel emotions like love, joy, or gratitude, your heart moves into coherence, a smooth, rhythmic harmony that can literally be measured. In that moment, your electromagnetic field expands. Your signal becomes stronger, clearer, more ordered. Your brain synchronizes with your heart, and the two begin to move as one. This is called heart-brain coherence. In that state, you become a living transmitter of harmony, a bridge between the finite and the infinite. You stop broadcasting noise and start transmitting truth. And harmony is the frequency the universe recognizes instantly. But when you live in fear, anger, or stress, your heart rhythm becomes erratic. Your brain and heart fall out of sync. The field around you fragments and your signal becomes distorted. You might be asking for one thing consciously while your emotional frequency, your true broadcast, is sending out the opposite. That's why your desires sometimes seem unanswered. The universe isn't responding to your words, it's responding to your vibration. This truth isn't meant to discourage you, it's meant to liberate you. Because once you understand that energy is your real language, you gain the power to rewrite your message. You can tune your frequency intentionally through breath, gratitude, and stillness. Each conscious breath realigns your inner rhythm. Each moment of gratitude strengthens your electromagnetic field. Each return to stillness clears interference and restores coherence. Let's make this real. Before you step into a challenging meeting or conversation, pause. Close your eyes. Breathe. Feel your body soften. Place your attention on your heart and summon gratitude or compassion until it feels real. Imagine your heart radiating light outward into the space around you. Then walk in. You'll notice something subtle but powerful. People will respond differently. Not because you changed your words, but because you changed your frequency. That is energetic mastery. It's the art of becoming so aware of your vibration that you adjust it before you act, before you speak, before you react. You stop unconsciously broadcasting confusion and start transmitting coherence. And the more often you live in that state, the more your outer reality naturally aligns with you. Now, how does this tie to the quantum field? The quantum field, the invisible sea of energy that contains all possibilities, is exquisitely sensitive to frequency. Like a radio receiver, it picks up the signals you emit. When your heart and mind are coherent, your signal is consistent and strong. The field responds by organizing matter, events, and opportunities to match that vibration. This isn't magic, it's resonance. In physics, resonance is when one vibrating system influences another to vibrate at the same frequency. When you sustain coherence, your inner world entrains the outer one. But when your frequency keeps shifting, gratitude one moment, fear the next, the field receives a scrambled transmission. It mirrors that inconsistency back to you as mixed results. Progress followed by setbacks, clarity followed by confusion. That isn't failure. It's feedback. Feedback from the universe, inviting you to refine your signal. Life becomes your mirror. Every experience reflects your current broadcast. When you see something misaligned, don't fight it. Adjust your energy. Breathe. Realign. Transmit something new. That's how you shift reality, not by force, but by coherence. And it all begins with the heart. Gratitude, especially, is the frequency of receivership. It tells the universe, I already have what I desire. The moment you embody that feeling, the quantum field mirrors it by bringing forth experiences that match your emotional truth. Gratitude turns you from a seeker into a receiver. You stop asking for your desires and start vibrating as if they're already yours. When you sustain that emotion, your nervous system adapts. Your brain forms new neural connections. Your heart maintains coherence. Your electromagnetic field stabilizes around your new identity, and the universe responds because your energy has become the evidence of your new reality. Now imagine living this way every day. Before every decision, you check your vibration instead of your schedule. Before every conversation, you align your energy instead of rehearsing your words. Before reacting to life, you return to your heart. You become a conscious broadcaster of creation, someone whose very presence radiates peace, love, and possibility. You don't chase alignment, you become it. And the universe can't help but respond because coherence naturally attracts coherence. That's the truth most people miss. Silence and stillness speak louder than any affirmation. You don't need to shout your desires into the void. Your energy is already speaking. You don't have to prove your worthiness. Your coherence is proof enough. The universe doesn't speak English or Spanish, it speaks energy. And when your vibration is clear, elevated, and aligned, you're fluent in its native tongue. So before you visualize, before you affirm, before you act, feel the emotion of already having what you desire. Let your energy rise before your mind begins to plan. Let your heart lead before your words form. Because energy is the first messenger, and the universe is always, always listening. This is the essence of conscious creation. To live as though every moment is a conversation between your heart and the field, a dialogue not of words, but of vibration. And when that dialogue becomes coherent, when it's infused with love, trust, and gratitude, the universe doesn't just respond, it harmonizes. In that state, you and the universe are no longer separate. You are one continuous field of consciousness, expressing itself through energy, through coherence, through creation. The universe isn't waiting for your request. It's responding to your belief. And the moment you move from wishing to knowing, creation truly begins. Let's look deeper. Wishing is the vibration of separation. It quietly declares, I don't have it yet. Every time you wish for something, you reinforce the idea that it's missing. You might be thinking about abundance but feeling lack. You might be speaking words of love while broadcasting loneliness. You might be visualizing success yet radiating unworthiness. And since the universe doesn't respond to your words, only your frequency, it echoes the vibration of absence, not the thought of desire. Knowing, on the other hand, is the vibration of wholeness. It is the frequency of completion, certainty, and alignment. Knowing whispers, it's already done. When you know, you've already stepped into the emotional reality of your desire. You're no longer separate from it. You're living as if it's already here. That coherence between thought and emotion sends a precise, powerful signal into the quantum field. That's the moment creation begins, when the feeling of your future becomes more real than the evidence of your present. To understand this shift, we must move beyond the analytical mind. That part of you obsessed with comparing, predicting, and controlling. The analytical mind lives in survival mode, constantly scanning for what's missing or what could go wrong. When you're wishing, you're still operating from that limited level of mind, focused on the gap, not the wholeness. But when you move into knowing, you transcend the analytical mind. You step into the creative field, where imagination becomes reality. And in this creative state, your body becomes the bridge. Your body is your subconscious mind. It cannot tell the difference between a real emotion and one vividly imagined. So when you feel the emotion of your desired future, gratitude, joy, love, freedom, your body begins to believe it's already happening. The nervous system reorganizes. The brain fires in new patterns. Genes express in new ways. You're no longer living as the old self, you're rehearsing a new one. This is why emotion is the catalyst of transformation. Thought alone is potential. Emotion gives it power. When you combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion, you broadcast a coherent signal into the quantum field. That signal becomes your new energetic signature, and the field begins to organize matter to reflect it. Let's make this tangible. Imagine a woman who's been wishing for financial freedom. Each morning she wakes up thinking, I need more money. I want abundance. But underneath that thought is a vibration of lack, anxiety, and unworthiness. Her body is addicted to the familiar stress of survival. Even though her words say abundance, her energy says scarcity, and the universe mirrors back what she is, not what she wants. One day she decides to shift from wishing to knowing. Instead of trying to get abundance, she begins to become it. She sits quietly each morning, centers herself in her heart, and imagines what it feels like to already be free, supported, and fulfilled. She doesn't just see it, she feels it. Gratitude becomes her dominant state. Day by day, her nervous system adapts. Her mind and emotions align. Her field changes. Now her energy says, I am already abundant. And soon her outer world starts to reorganize itself. Unexpected opportunities appear. People reach out with ideas, resources, and synchronicities. She's no longer chasing outcomes, she's magnetizing them. The universe is simply responding to her new signal. That's the difference between effort and alignment. Wishing is effort. It keeps you striving and waiting. Knowing is alignment. It collapses time and brings the future into the now. In the quantum field, every possibility already exists. The version of reality you experience depends on your frequency. The moment you emotionally match the vibration of your desired future, you become it in the present, and the universe must reflect it. When you wish, you project forward in time. When you know, you merge that future with the now. Time is simply the illusion separating two frequencies. When your vibration matches the one you seek, the separation dissolves and manifestation becomes effortless. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity, the rewiring of your brain through repeated emotional rehearsal. Each time you embody your desired state, you carve new neural pathways that make it natural to think, feel, and act from that elevated reality. Eventually it becomes who you are. And because the universe mirrors who you are, not what you want, your outer world begins to reflect your inner transformation. Here's the paradox. When you reach the state of knowing, you no longer need proof. You stop searching for signs because the feeling itself becomes the evidence. You're fulfilled before the manifestation. That emotional independence is what speeds creation. The universe fills the space created by your trust and coherence. Energetically speaking, wishing emits a weak, fragmented signal filled with doubt. Knowing radiates a strong, coherent field of gratitude, love, and certainty. The quantum field resonates with coherence. When you rise to the frequency of knowing, you become unmistakable. A clear broadcast of truth. You stop asking. You start declaring. You stop hoping. You start embodying. You stop waiting. You start being. So how do you embody that energy daily? Through repetition, through feeling, through presence. Every time you visualize or meditate, you're not escaping reality. You're rehearsing a higher one. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel yourself living the life you desire. Don't just imagine it. Inhabit it. Feel the freedom, the love, the peace. Let your body believe it's real until your mind surrenders and your heart takes the lead. In that state, you are no longer waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. Your energy has shifted, and by universal law, energy precedes matter. The field will rearrange itself around your new frequency, not by force, but by resonance. People say, "I'll believe it when I see it." But the truth is, you'll see it when you believe it, because believing changes your vibration, and your vibration determines what you see. Reality is not fixed. It's fluid. It bends to your state of being. So stop wishing. Stop waiting for proof. Begin to know. Think, feel, and act as the one who already has what they desire. Practice gratitude until it becomes your resting state. Practice love until it radiates effortlessly. Practice trust until doubt feels unnatural. When you live from that energy, creation becomes automatic. Remember this truth. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. Wishing says, "I want it." Knowing says, "I am it." And the moment your heart and mind vibrate as one, broadcasting the frequency of completion, the universe immediately reorganizes itself to confirm your truth. Creation doesn't happen when you chase outcomes. It happens when you embody them, not when you beg for change, but when you become it. Because when you move from wishing to knowing, you collapse the distance between you and your desire. You step out of waiting and into being. And in that state of being, the universe has no choice but to reflect what you have in truth always been.